Yo, this chapter of Fairy Tail is absolutely fucking hype. Definitely worth the 2-week wait if I do not say so myself, but nevertheless, I have so much to talk about today. Oh my god. Definitely one of the better chapters of Fairy Tail that I've seen in a while. The fight was definitely slightly better than I expected. As I said before, if you guys don't remember in my last video, I made the assumption that based on the spoilers that we'd really see nothing come out of the Gray and Invel fight, but I was absolutely wrong. Now, I for one absolutely love the transition that Hero did into Gray's Devil Slayer mode. Invel basically calls his bluff, if you will, and oh my god, Gray's all like, nah bro, you do not underestimate me, and he just whips out the Devil Slayer form. Bro, chapters like these are definitely why I love Gray to death. Nevertheless, today I want to go ahead and talk about, I guess, the rest of the chapter because there's a lot more to it than the fight between Gray and Invel. Let's go and start with when Invel realizes that Gray uses Devil Slayer magic. Now, as I said before, Invel basically calls Gray's bluff, and that's why Gray pulls out the Devil Slayer tactic. As I said before, fantastic transition. Absolutely love Hiro Mashima for that. Just really awesome Gray moment. But what Invel said after realizing Gray is a Devil Slayer was that his heart is actually slowly being tainted by the magic, and basically that Gray will end up succumbing to the apparent darkness that comes as an after effect to Devil Slayer magic. That's absolutely insane. Now, I don't know if this is just a me thing or not, but this actually reminded me a lot of Nirvana. We saw the effects of Nirvana when that one Rashion States member actually turned from bad to good. You know, honestly, I can't even be bothered to remember his name. I absolutely despise that arc. I'll be completely honest with you guys here, but that's besides the point. So, according to Invel, if Gray is to actually continue utilizing his Devil Slayer magic, he may end up succumbing to the darkness and turn bad, per se. And according to him as well, he's actually really close to releasing his darkness into the world. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but whatever, it's what Invel said. As I said before, this is all really confusing to me. I'm definitely excited, though, to get more development on this and just find out more about this. But I do want to throw it out there that if what Invel's saying is true, I could personally see Gray actually turning to the dark side of things and possibly taking a stance in the war, that of Acnologia, as a stance where he's basically really only there to cause mayhem. Now, we all know Gray wouldn't consciously be doing this. Gray is not someone who consciously caused mayhem, but if what Invel is saying is true, I could definitely see Gray's Devil Slayer magic taking over and making him do that. As we progress throughout the chapter, though, we basically see Brandish take Natsu, Lucy, and Happy away from the battlefield after they're all unfrozen and whatnot, and we basically see Gray and Juvia left to fight Invel. Now, Invel then proceeds to actually use his Ice Lock magic to essentially turn Gray and Juvia into his puppets, apparently. Now, with the spoilers, I speculate, seeing as this was part of the spoilers, that Invel would actually make Gray and Juvia fight each other, which is correct. Considering he basically has full control of them right now, his goal is to actually cause them to fight each other and for one to actually die in the end. Now, no offense to Juvia, but if we are to see a fight, it is extraordinarily obvious that Gray would actually end up coming out on top. We all know that Gray is much more powerful than Juvia, but still, I don't think there's actually going to be a fight. We may see the very beginning stages of one, but we saw within the final panel that Juvia said she's willing to sacrifice herself so that Gray can live. Now, knowing Juvia's character, I think we may even see a sacrifice on her part. As well, what Invel said at the end of the chapter had me so freaking hyped. I was absolutely hyped, bro. You guys don't even know. Like, when I say I was hyped, I was actually screaming, bro. When Invel said that Gray will be the one to actually beat E.N.D instead of Zeref, I was screaming. When I say I was screaming, I was screaming. That is definitely one of the most hyped moments I've seen within Fairy Tail, and the most hyped I've gotten from any chapter. Like, this almost put the icing on the cake and confirmed there will be a Natsu versus Gray fight, where Gray is in his Devil Slayer form and Natsu is like in his E.N.D form possibly. Like, this is just gonna be an absolutely insane fight, just off the walls, one of the best anime fights ever. I am so excited to see more on that, and I hope you guys are as well. This leads me to the title for the next chapter, a very hyped title to say the very least. This title is Gray and Juvia. Now, as I said before, I believe that instead of a full-on fight, we may see the beginnings of a fight, but ultimately, I think we may see a sacrifice on Juvia's part. So I, along with a lot of other people, do believe that we may see a confession in the heat of the moment on Gray's part. Now, whether Gray kills Juvia or Juvia just sacrifices herself completely, I do think that Juvia will be able to pass happily, knowing that she died with the one that she's loved for so long, feeling the same way about her. If Juvia does stay dead, though, which I think is highly doubtful, seeing as in the instance of Gagio and Levi, which seems to be a lot like this situation, Gagio came back after dying, but nevertheless, if Juvia were to stay dead, I do believe she would die happily. Let's be honest here. If she got confession from Gray, she would be heads over heels. She'd be willing to die for Gray's confession. We know Juvia. Let's be honest here, we know Juvia. But as I said before, I highly doubt that Hero would sail a ship that us fairy fans have been waiting to have sail for such a long time, only to sink it for good. That would be absolutely horrible, and especially a ship ship like Juvia. Nevertheless, I'm really hyped for the upcoming chapters of Fairy Tail. I hope you guys are too. Tell me in the comments below if you guys are. Also, share your theories with me. I want to hear what you guys think is going to happen. Nevertheless, though, if you guys did enjoy this video, like is much appreciated, along with your subscription to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. I'll go and see you guys next time. Peace.